Hi, welcome back to my channel. In this book review video for The Nanny by Ruth Held, I have a question for you. How would you feel if you were a nanny and one of your charges disappeared? A baby, for that matter. Furthermore, how would you feel if what happened to that young charge was the worst thing imaginable? That is something that our character Haley Taylor has to consider, and the experience that she had when she was a nanny in Thailand 20 years previously. Now, fast forward to 20 years later, and now she's married to Lars, a Swedish businessman, and she has a little girl named Alice. I think the little girl is about 5 years of age. Now, her mom has dementia and is living with them, but there's going to be somebody else living with them. It's a young lodger that they accept because of their financial woes, okay? When this lodger comes in, her name is Joanna, and Haley takes a look at her, and the wheels in her mind start to turn. Okay, I just want you to think on that for a minute. So what is the connection to 20 years previously and to this lodger? Okay, let's talk about Haley's past. If that's a question, I'm sorry. I'm not going to answer it just yet. When an accident happened 20 years previously, Haley got arrested, but she was later released, and that was because a little girl named Chloe, a baby named Chloe, disappeared. Haley wasn't charged, and she was released. She never got past that guilt, but worse than that, Chloe was never found. So when Joanna comes to her as a lodger, Joanna says, I believe that I'm Chloe. How could that be? How could that be? So the question is, what happened to Chloe? How did 20 years pass and now Haley is married with a daughter? Who is Joanna? And is she Chloe? Well, lies, secrets, deceptions, and betrayals. They all make up the pages of this book. It's a psychological thriller. So you got to deal with the past and the present. The present is with Haley, her husband, her daughter, her mother, and now Joanna. And the past is when she was a nanny. And the husband's name was David. The wife at that time was sick in hospital. And I believe there were 3 children, if I'm not mistaken. And Haley is nanny to the children. So when you read in this book, you realize the complex nature of this book and the suspense that this book brings to you as a reader. And when you're involved in this and you read this book, you have all these layers because you're trying to decipher the past and make it connect to the present, and you're also trying to connect the characters and connect who is Joanna or Johanna. I think it's Johanna. Who is Johanna? What does she have to do with it? And why does she think she's Chloe? That is your book. That is your book. Now, I love that it took place in Thailand years ago, because I don't know of any book actually that I've ever read that took place in Thailand. Of course, it doesn't play, the locations change, but the past catches up with the present in this book. Now, I think probably about 60% of the books I read take place in the past and present, dual timeline, and that's what this book does. So you do have to follow the book in order to understand the experiences that Haley had when she was the nanny, and now the experiences that Haley is having now as a mom, a wife, with a mother with dementia, and now with a new lodger claiming that she is that missing child, Chloe. Now, it makes sense that Johanna is Chloe, or does it? Because if this book is a mystery, if it's a suspense, if it is a psychological thriller, then we know things are not as they seem, right? That makes sense, right? Now, you really feel for Haley in this book. At least I did. I felt for her when she was the nanny, and I feel for her now because of guilt. That's what I took most out of this book, is the word guilt. So you take the guilt that Haley carried with her for 2 decades, and you see the story unravel from there. And that's all I'm going to tell you about The Nanny, because I don't want to give you any spoilers. But there you have it. There you have it. The Nanny by Ruth Held. It will come out September 8th, so I'm making this review a week before, so you won't see this video for a minute, but you will, if you're following me anywhere, like on Goodreads or NetGalley, you'll see my reviews up now, but this video will have to wait a minute. So thank you for watching. Oh, I guess I should tell you where you can get this book. You can get this book on Kindle through Kindle Unlimited, but you can also buy the book to help support the author. So it's your choice. You can also get this book from your library, no doubt, or your Audible, but don't let this book slip by you, because it's a great read. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.